Hi, welcome to the channel. I hope you are doing well. In this session, we'll discuss about insertion sorting algorithm. So this is the given data. This given data will be split into two parts as sorted and unsorted. So I am calling this as a section A and this as a section B for your better understanding. Okay. So now, in this technique, what we have to do, we have to take one element from section B and we have to compare with section A elements. Okay, so for that we need a new variable called temp. Okay, so we have to start comparing the elements. Now we have to take the first element from the section B and we have to place in temp. Okay, now we have to start comparing this temp value with section A elements. Okay, so that is like 12 is greater than temp value, means temp value is 10. Okay, that is 12 is greater than 10. Yes, so that will become as true. So we have two logics. Okay, so what we have to do in this case and what we have to do in false case. Okay, so if it is true, then we have to shift section A element to one position to right. Okay, so if it is false, then what we have to do, we have to place the temp value in appropriate place in section A. Okay, so let's begin with an example. So now 12 is greater than 10. 12 is greater than 10, true. Then if it is true, then what we have to do, we have to shift section E element to one position to right. Okay, so we have to shift this 12 to this place, then this will increment by 1. Okay, now see, there is no any other elements in section A to compare with temp. So what we have to do, we have to place this 10 in this place. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to take 15 and place in temp. Okay, now we have to start compare with section A elements. Okay, so see, we have two elements in section A. Okay, but I am not starting with 0th index. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to follow in this order. Okay, the comparison will be in this order. Okay, so now we have to start comparing temp with this 12. Okay, 12 is greater than 15, this will be false. Okay, so if it is false, then what we have to do, we have to keep the value at same position. Same position means we have to keep this value in appropriate place. Okay, see, now what we have to do, we have to keep this value here and we have to increment this by 1. Okay, now so what we have to do, now we have to take 1 and keep in temp. Okay, so now see, in section A we have 10, 12, 15. So we have to start compare this temp value with 15 first. So we'll consider 15 and 1. 15 is greater than 1. Yes, it's true. Okay, so see, if it is true, then what we have to do, we have to shift 15 to this place and this will be increment by 1 and this place will be empty. Okay, this place will be empty. I can't directly place 1 here. Okay, because still we have elements in section A. So we have to compare this section A elements with temp. Okay, now we have to start compare 12 to 1. 12 is greater than 1. Yes. So what we have to do? We have to shift 12 to this place. Okay. So now also I am not able to. So now also I am not placing this 1 at this position. Okay, because still we have 10 in section A. So now we have to compare 10 and 1. Okay, see, 10 is greater than 1. Yes. So what we have to do, we have to move this position and now see, there is no any other elements left in section A to compare with temp. Hence what we have to do, we have to place this 1 in this position. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to take this 6 at a temp. Okay, so now see, in section A we have 1, 10, 12, 15. Okay, so now we have to compare this temp value with all these elements. Okay, now as I said, we have to start compare 15. Okay, so see, 15 is greater than 6. Yes, then what we have to do, we have to change this place, and this will be increment by 1. Okay, and this place will be empty. Okay, so as I said, I am not able to place this here because still we have some elements in section A. So what we have to do, we have to start compare this temp value with 12. 12 is greater than 6, true, then move this to this place. Now 10 is greater than 6, yes. Now what we have to do, we have to move this one. Okay, now one element is left, so 1 is greater than 6, no, so this is false. If it is false, what we have to do, we have to place the temp value in the same place or in appropriate place, so that will be here. Now we got insertion sorting output. Now we got expected output. In this sorting technique, we will take one element from unsorted section and we will find a place for that element inside sorted section and we will place it. Okay, that's why we will call this as insertion sorting. Okay, so this is all about the example. Okay, now let's begin with an coding part. Okay, now I will define function called sort. Okay, so as we know, we need two loops, one for this and one for this. Okay, so I will define for I is equal to 1, I is less than data of length I plus plus. See, why I equal to 1? See, this loop is for unsorted things, unsorted elements. Okay, so unsorted elements will begin with index 1. Okay, that's why I taken index 1. Okay, now I is starting with 1. So we need temp value. Okay, we need a temp to hold unsorted values. Okay, temp data of I. Okay, and now we have to write a loop for sorted things. Okay, for that let j is equal to I minus 1. Why I minus 1 means, see, in unsorted index will begin with 1 and this sorted thing begins with 0. Okay, so in this case, see, unsorted will begins with index 2 and in sorted things that will begin with index 1. So in this loop will be increment by 1 and this loop will be decrement by 1. So hence what I am doing, so I am taking that I minus 1 means, so always we will get this point. Okay, that's the starting point of sorted elements. Okay, now see, while j is greater than or equal to 0 and data of j is greater than temp. Okay, so we have one condition, right? See this one. Okay, this is the same condition I have written in here. Okay, so if it is true, what we have to do, we have to shift section A element to one position to right. Okay, so how we can do it by coding data of j plus 1 is equal to data of j. See, what is the j value? J value is I minus 1 means I is 1 and minus 0 equal to 0. Okay, so data of j is 12. Data of j is 12 and temp value is data of I means 10. Okay, the condition is I is greater than or equal to 0. Yes, it's true. Okay, now we'll check this. Data of j is greater than temp. Okay, data of j means 12 and temp value is 10. Okay, 12 is greater than 10. Yes, so if it is yes, we have to shift this 12 into this place, right? So this place will be empty because this 10 the 10 will be stored in temp. Okay, this place will be empty. Okay, so we have to store this 12 into this place. So because of that, what we are doing, so data of j plus 1 means data of j plus 1 means data of 1. Data of 1 will be the empty. Data of 1 is empty space now. Okay, now I am storing data of j into data of j plus 1 means I am storing 12 into this empty space. So see, 12 is here and this is a empty space, right? So I am taking this 12 into this place to this place. I am doing the same thing here. Okay, so after that, what we have to do, I have to decrement j. Okay, and data of j plus 1 equal to temp. Okay, now to print the data and sort. Yeah, this is the expected output now. Yeah, this is all about the insertion sorting. I hope you all understand the code and enjoyed the session. Yeah, thanks for the watching. We'll see you in the next session with a new concept. Thank you so much.